Raise your hand if you've ever finished a county-led ITS meeting and felt like it was a big waste of your time. I'd raise my hand right now, but I have no hands. I'm just a talking head. So the question is, how do we make professional development better? Less like this and more like this. So what's wrong with professional development? Why are teachers going in not very excited and leaving even less excited? Current professional development practices are built on outdated ideas that simply don't work. The current model is that an expert in a field is going to come in and teach you all you need to know about a particular topic. For the teacher, you usually sit there and listen to this expert tell you all kinds of things that you really don't care to know. Then, when the training's done, it's usually a race for teachers to get out of the room and head back and do something that they feel is a little bit more valuable. I know what you're thinking. Well, Daniel, that's just your opinion. Not all professional development is really that bad. Well, a senior fellow and vice president for external affairs at the Thomas B. Fordham Institute asked his personal learning network online what they felt about the word professional development. Well, in the least surprising news of the day, his responses ranged from a huge waste of time to kill me now. Hopefully, though, it makes you feel a little bit better to know that we're not the only ones struggling with professional development. Grimmett conducted a study in Australia and found that professional development must take place with teachers, not delivered to teachers. Hey, now that's starting to sound like we're on the right track a little bit. But then, when we come back stateside, we get in a little bit of a duel with Hall and Diaz, who felt like professional development was all about finding the best place to send teachers for training. Hall and Diaz going and ruining it for all of us. But Hall and Diaz aren't the only ones struggling with professional development. A recent study conducted on college professors found that even those incredible people struggle when they leave professional developments and are just as frustrated as we are. You get it? Incredible professors, the Incredibles. This Apple Clips thing is really cool. All this bad news about professional development is really sad because, in all honesty, professional development is very important, like good versus evil kind of important. A recent book by Troller found that outcomes in learning and student learning are tied directly to professional developments for teachers. So, how do we make them better? Well, it starts with a study from the federal government. Very rarely would I cite the federal government for the people that need to provide some sort of training for us, but a recent study from the National Academy's Teacher Advisory Council found that the best professional development is self-directed. And that's sort of a huge deal because right now the federal government spends estimated $2.5 billion on professional development every year for teachers. Another study from Tooley and Conley found the exact same results. Professional development is best when it's self-directed. Teachers, this doesn't mean that you need to start looking for the best EdTech conference to attend or the coolest next training from the coolest educator of all time. Instead, this means you need to go mad scientist style and learn some of this stuff on your own. We have the most powerful device in the world sitting at our fingertips with more content than we could ever imagine. Dive in there and find the amazing things that you can share with your students on your own. So there we have it. Professional development is not going to get better by a fantastic instructional technology specialist. It's not going to get better by bringing in the next great educator. It's going to get better by you becoming the next great educator and doing the research on your own. Professional development is best when you find what interests you and then you implement those things in your classroom. Even after watching this short film, if you still think that professional development the standard way is the best approach, I encourage you to check out a couple of the references at the very bottom of my list from the Washington Post. They're going to provide all the information you need about what type of professional development is really going on in our schools.